Hey y'all, I'm Sharon Armstrong. I've been teaching people how to do paper crafting for over 20 years. Today on this video, you're gonna see my catalog casing projects like this one. I hope you enjoy it and let me know what you think at the end. Thanks for watching. Okay, so let me move this over. Love, love, love the new catalog. Years ago, Stampin' Up! Called this an idea book. It used to say idea book and catalog. It is so full of ideas, guys, that if you will just, don't even look at the stamp sets, just look at the artist's cards that they have created as you're going through. So the bundle that I'm using today is called Stitched All Around, and I like to just take the framelits, run them through the Big Shot and see what they do. Like this one is an embossing framelit, and so are these. These are embossing framelits, and then the rest of them do pretty cutouts. But when I do that, then I get a great idea of what everything looks like. So that's just another tip for you. Here's the stamp set. And when I got the stamp set, I was like, there's no flowers or leaves or, it's just sentiments and this little crisscrossy thing and this little vine thing. What do? That's when I pulled out the catalog. And when you look at the catalog, there are 4 ideas on here, and I have had a blast. I decided I wanted to copy this card exactly. So let me show you. And I copied it as best I could because I didn't have the DSP that they showed, so I took my Stampin' Blends and I just drew lines. Not very pretty, but it did the purpose because I really wanted to do the card. I wanted to do the fussy cutting and all the layering. I'm not into all the layering. That's not quite my style, but I had fun, and it was something that, like I said, I normally don't do. I did do a little modification. I added a layer of the crushed curry because I don't like the ribbon to show on the inside. So I wanted that extra layer. In the catalog, it looks like it wrapped all the way around into the card. Not my style. So I didn't want to do that. Okay, so then on the next one, I didn't have, let's see, and this is on page 17. If you guys have your catalogs, it's on page 17. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Catalog, you need to message me so I can send you one. I'm going to bring this up a little closer. The way they did this was they actually made a pillow box. Well, Stampin' Up! Sells pillow boxes, so I didn't want to make one. I wanted to use one that I had. So I changed it up. I kept the layout the same, but I used different colors, and I thought it turned out really cute. I loved how it turned out. It was super fun to make. And then here's another one I did. Same thing, just changed up the colors and used the cute little boxes. These boxes would hold, maybe some jewelry or I think a gift card would even fit in there. That'd be kind of cool. So anyway, so that was just my other sample I did. And then I wanted to copy this card exactly, and I came pretty close. I'll just tell you the changes that I did make. I didn't have the exact ribbon, but I have the other one. It's the velvet, and the velvet ribbon is a little, it's really thick. So my trick was I put snail all the way down the ribbon, and then I was able to kind of manipulate it and stick it where I wanted to. And right here, there's underneath the friend is a little twist. So I could just hide that twist with my little sentiment. So I used my Stamparatus to do hinge stamping. If you've watched any of my videos on hinge stamping, so that I could line up those little X's. It turned out really cute. So there you go. That's what I did. So now, today, we're gonna tackle this one. Let me bring it up so you can see. Now, I already know I don't have this designer series paper. It's in the tropical something paper, and I didn't have any of that. I have all the other DSPs, but I didn't have that. So we're gonna modify the card just a little bit, But really what I wanted to focus on was all the layering and cutting out the center. So let's get started. So I have my pieces, and I'm going to use Coastal Cabana as my card base. Since I don't have that DSP, this will be my color that I'm lacking. This is Petal Pink, and as you can see, I embossed it with that framelit, and I used the embossing mat, and I used the gray one. I was kind of afraid it would cut, but it didn't. I have a YouTube video out there about how to use the Stampin' Up! Embossing mat, so if you haven't seen that, you need to go check it out on my channel. And it's TX Stampin' Sharon Armstrong on YouTube. But this gave me a really deep embossed image, and I wanted y'all to be able to see it on camera, so that's why I went with the gray instead of the blue. Normally you're fine with just the blue, but I love how deep it is, so there you go. Okay, so I took and cut out all the pieces because it was a lot of big shotting, and I didn't want y'all to watch me do all that. Now you'll notice that I cut out a heart out of the center. I call this a paper saving tip, okay? I knew I needed that heart out of this Flirty Flamingo cardstock, and I also knew I needed a starting hole to cut out and do the cutout for my card. So, two birds, one stone. Paper saving. Why waste another little piece of paper when I already had this in my hand? So, let's see how we do. I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I'm not going to be exact because my scissors will be the one helping me fix this when I'm done. I started to do this ahead of time, and I thought, no, they need to see how I do it. So I'm going to go ahead and just do it in front of you. Okay. So now I'm going to open up my snips carefully, and I just want to try to rough this up. And it's kind of hard to get in there, but we'll see how we do. Okay, all right, so it's not as rough looking as the one in the catalog, but it's pretty close. What would happen if I thought if I used my fingers it might help. But anyway, so I did it, okay? So just a little, so it helps it not look cut out at least, you know, with my snip. So I do like it. All right. So next, I'm gonna take the black satin ribbon, and again, on the sample, it looks like it goes into the card. I don't like that. So I'm going to, I have this copper thread that seems to be all over my desk. So let me wind that up. I'm going to take my ribbon, and I always like to leave it on the bolt so that I don't waste any. You know, this ribbon is gorgeous and we don't want to waste any, so. I'm going to take my snail and just run it along the ribbon because I want it to stay down and not pop up. So I'm kind of overlapping it because I want it to look like kind of had the seam, and I don't want to hide too much of my textured. Just tuck that under like that. And then anytime I'm using anything that's embossed, I always like to use the multi-purpose liquid glue because you want the glue to get down into those embossed ridges so that the card doesn't pop apart. And you need to store this with the point side down so that it comes out very easily. And this piece measures 2 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay. All right, so we have our base done. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp on the image, and what I did was I cut out 2 of these, okay, and I'll do my stamping here. And I'm just using black StazOn ink. And you'll notice I kind of stamp towards the top because there's another image at the bottom. And I'm using Bermuda Bay ink. Let me grab a piece of scratch so I don't get ink on my work surface. I'm just going to stamp that there. I always like to hold my stamp there for a second or two just to make sure all the ink transfers so that I get a good stamped impression. Now, you like my little bowl? This is my bowl from Italy. I got it in Sorrento, and whenever I'm doing videos, I tend to lose bits when I move them around on my desk and then I can't find them when I need them. So I put everything in my little bowl. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so I went ahead and stamped Fabulous on the Coastal Cabana, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my snips to help me line it up. Whoops, I didn't get any snail there. I'm just going to cover that other stamped image. Okay. So now we want to add our frame, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll show you a little trick. I'm going to go ahead and use snail. Actually, I'm not, because it looks like it's popped up. But let me show you my trick anyway. All right, so I put snail on, and I don't know if you can see on the camera, but if you take your paper piercer, you can go in there and it almost like, I don't know, it sticks to the paper piercer a little bit, but it cleans up those holes. So that was my little trick using snail on something that has open holes like this. But then I realized, like I said, that they used dimensionals. So we're going to go ahead and switch. And let's see. Oh, I have to get the mini ones out. Yeah, let me get my mini ones out. I don't want to be able to see it. But these are my catalog cased cards. And I mean, I've had a blast doing this. I challenge all of you to give it a try. Even if you don't have everything, just your card will look different. But you know, when you go to Pinterest and stuff, you don't have everything that they have on those cards, but I know you go to Pinterest looking for inspiration. So go to the catalog. It's right there on your desk, you know? These are tiny, hard to get off. Okay. Let's see how we do lining it up. It's hard because I don't want to stick my head in the camera. Let's see. Let me go in from the bottom. There we go. Not too bad. Okay. All right, so now we're going to put this on our card. Where's my snail? I guess I could have put the dimensionals on this layer, huh? Oh well. Same effect. Okay, now before I do that, I'm looking at all the layering on the card, and it looks like this piece was put down first and then this. So Let me go ahead and add that. And once again, it's on with dimensionals. You know, it's kind of hard when you didn't design the card knowing how somebody did something, but I'm just trying to look at the shadows in the picture to see how it's done. All right. So we're going to put this, looks like right about here. Okay. And then I have a little heart. We're going to add the heart with a glue dot. These little hearts, I've lost more of them making these cards than anything. It's been funny. I'm like, well, where'd that heart go? So I'm glad I came up with my little bowl idea. So I'll be doing that from now on. All right, so it looks like now we can add this one. And we're gonna put it right there. And then we have our little circle. And I'm gonna add that with a glue dot. Actually, I think I'm gonna use 2. And then that one is gonna go, about right there. And then we have a heart. Now that heart looks like it's popped up too. Boy, there's just all kinds of popping up going on. Okay, and then we're going to put that right there. And then we have another heart. And it doesn't look like it's popped up, so we're going to use a glue dot. I sure hope this helps you guys see the catalog in a whole new way. And like, it's like, how'd they do that? Well, let's try to figure it out. All right, so I did have to change the color of this heart because it was the same color as my cardstock. So I just went with Bermuda Bay instead, which was fun. Let's see. Let's pop that up too. And that one's gonna go right there. All right, so then I just realized, but it's okay. There is some very fine thread right here and right here. I forgot it, but it's okay. If you know, but sometimes it's hard to see, and I did pull it out because I did see it, but I'm fine with it. So then the last thing is there's some little pearls on there, and I didn't have the new pearls yet in colors, so I used my Stampin' Blends and colored my old white ones. So we'll just use these instead, and pick that up, put that one right there, and then this one goes right here. And there was one more. Oh, in the center of the heart. I couldn't tell what color it was, so I just went with the Bermuda Bay. Oh, there you go. What do y'all think? I hope that you all will take a look at the catalog, copy some cards, change it up if you don't have, or if you're, just use the catalog for inspiration. You don't have to have everything that they used to make it with, but try it for inspiration, okay? What did you guys think? I thought this card turned out super cute, and I hope that you like it, and I hope that you also will use the Stampin' Up! Catalog for your inspiration when you are creating your projects. If you like this video, I would appreciate a thumbs up, and I would also love for you to subscribe to my channel, and when you do, hit the little bell, and you'll be notified whenever I upload another video. So Thanks, you guys. Appreciate ya.